Peace FM 104.3. Good to meet you.
And this is for Omo Yama na Brosoro. Kamia yese Omo no bibia wo oman we mu a ankwa amomo no yade bone. Se ekomo mo dia na je ye. Obekaya omo ka so mba be call demonstration here. Omunya affairs blockade. Ombe DIGPD police fought them all over social media. 2 or 3 days later, omne IGP invite you omo ni omushia ya omo clearance. Omo back to their Facebook wall, praising them, telling them about how professional he is and how the police service was very professional, blah blah blah. Okay, Supreme Court case, no, election petition, no. Omunya a friend is saying omo and can say proceedings in the course what some motion, no. Omo wini bakubia. The judges have been very fair and firm. A court your mope. The judges have taken a position already.
Unanimous FC.
Yes, unanimous FC. Omunya baku omudi anache said the judges have been firm. Okay, electoral commission. Decision come on more. Oh, electoral commission in your moduma. A court your mope. Electoral commission person we muma MPP and a whole lot. Me makai judgment no.
When you full judgment no.
I'm for them all.
Now no way I any probably and say.
Oh, some nim.
I say who buy document am me the amount.
The mommy ampa. I assume say so, for them all. I assume this all.
But me
for them all. I have taken time to read the entire judgment and I would read some part be. Na ye do no abo me masem to fa. We me best say bro. Yeah. Judge say and I'm reading just a portion of certificate of renunciation now. Honorable member of parliament and the Coma court in say me no after the time I may file no. Na me Canadian citizen. Me evidence in fact, or this document in the buy no. Argument or petition and any lawyers make it and say as at October 5th and 9th now or file as candidate no. Now or a Canadian citizen. And Brown also say as at the time I will be file no, you must be qualified. And one of the condition precedent for qualifications, you say obey only allegiance to any country. But just what you say. But on no so argument to make it and say as at that time now me koko file and now must start the process no. Here's what you say. And see a queer be first wa me certificates na me dia bani there. And no any means a war a administrative process. Enti our Canadians in nsem enti me de na ma start the process no enti me ho son say what you say but let me show you where he was exposed. Can I saka okay, I don't know the page. Okay, page 42 page 42
okay,
page 42 judgment him no Oma left certificate of renunciation now MP no the bar court as evidence no. Oma left it in our judgment him. Now this is where the MP shot himself in the foot. And now this is where he was exposed. 42. Okay. We say English translation is as follows.
Okay, I'm here now.
Good. Certificate of renunciation of Canada citizenship. So Oma left certificate in our judgment him. It details that also making name James Jechikweson. Date of birth 9th October 1952. Place of birth Ghana. Now listen to this. This is to certify that the person named above has formally renounced Canadian citizenship and pursuant to the Citizenship Act will cease to be a citizen on 26 November 2020.
Will cease to be
a citizen on 26 November 2020. And you see, say what the will not renunciation certificate to cry back. So we started process in May, we started in January, we started in June cry. We certificate and say as at 19th November 2020 no. Now we are citizen of Canada. Canada what I say? Because the certificate gave the exact date after which you are no longer a citizen of Canada. And see, Uber catcher and say, and now my starting process and cry between October and November 20th. No, the Canadians see you as their citizen.
Will cease to be a citizen on 26th November
2020.
2020.
And as at 19th November 2020, no, according to Canada, no, now you're a citizen. So according to Canada, no, certificates no what no. As at 19th November, no, now you're a citizen. You only cease to be the citizen on the 20th from the 20th of November. And I explain to you why.
From 26th
of November, yes. And I explain to you why. Canada assigned to the UN Convention on ensuring, say, no person on the face of this earth becomes stateless. Now, countries almost sign it to say, if anything, convention. What happens is that, say, who apply for renunciation of citizenship, they need to take you through a certain process. One of which being you giving them evidence of you being a citizen of another country first. Otherwise, if they go ahead and grant you renunciation, you may become a stateless person and you become a threat to everybody. Because now what I want to and you know, say you and I know, say there could be individuals on the face of this earth. Yes. And you know, when you apply for citizenship, renunciation of citizenship, you do not automatically lose that citizenship until it is granted to you, because you may or may not be granted. And the Canadian states could have said, say, oh no, you haven't been able to prove to us enough, say, when you're a citizen of another country. For that reason, you still remain a citizen. And that is why they grant you the certificate indicating to you the specific date from which you cease to be their citizen. Cardinal, what it means is that on the 25th of November, the MP could have traveled on the Canadian passport. He could have traveled on the Canadian passport, and that would have been legal, because as at 25th November, no, not that's why Canadian. It's evidence now.
Judge, you want to
or the court, no evidence now. Kasa na exposing us. Okay, judgment now. Judge no koswa echiremu. How? Let me read support. I say the above information from the certificate of renunciation, without more, like I say, no any evidence no. The about one fashion yankan hokra is completely conclusive.
The process of renunciation and the issuance of the certificate thereof takes 6 to 9 months to blah 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 blah. But some kind of kitu or say, with all due respect, so explanation say not lockdown back again. When I can lockdown, who's okay lockdown? I'm holding. It was not a shame. So say, so who apply? Who apply baby? Now say lockdown back. The facts are only 2 mono interest. SU and see. Here, so lockdown explanation near the end. Yeah, just say, with due respect, it is preposterous, untenable, unacceptable, baseless, and without merit.
Cardinal, this caused any certificates on the buy, you know, the renunciation, or say it's caused the damage and destroyed the first respondent's case. As say on one certificate on the buy as evidence, you know, details in Canada for no indicate was her certificate and also kwano essay and as a mano. Or say indeed it settles every ambiguity surrounding when the renunciation of the first respondent's Canadian citizenship took effect. I just say wo certificate na the bar betray and say now wo renounce wo citizenship no. Ya share mu no details are Canada for nankasa true mu say wo no. Now you're a citizen. Copy 26th November.
Miracles, just a second.
Please, I beg you. No, you notice.
Me question me bisa na be boy nyina. Empachopa judgment no. Again, what was judgment ni nyina again? Like then or annul.
And make no. Therefore, first respondent argument that before 7 December parliamentary elections, and that at the time of filing his parliamentary nominations forms with the second respondent, he had renounced his Canadian citizenship. That as an applicant renouncing his Canadian citizenship, he has no control over the processes of issuance of the certificate, renouncing by the the judge ne kan nyina say oba no be catch and say me dey my apply say me person me Canada ni biom me apply answer me kwakọ file me nomination man twen my certificate number. Because emra omo the certificate in beba de me no yen masem minimum emra omo de beba covid nti any administrative processes nti amantem nti nka be ya mo fa nche me na judge ne say anka no mpo bi anka betum de adwuma na mom si ye certificate na Canada for no de aba na a o ma twa o certificate no so say as at 25th November now you are citizen eno nkoa keke no e ma sa wo nsem na wo kan ni nyina no e ton so mu enti ye ntumi mfa no nye den enye adwuma si the NDC for keke nyina ne na ye kɔ na nasa the time of file no na on ye Canadian now our processes no nyina no cardinal the certificate itself. And sometimes I don't know why they do this to their followers. As I said that to the certificate itself settles the conversation as to whether the certificate is a pre-requirement or prerequisite for you to be confirmed, say, when you're a citizen or whatever. No certificate and say, oh no, you only lose your citizenship
from 26th
November.
By which time also I file it?
After the time I will file it on the 9th of October. No. Now that's why you're more citizen. In fact, Bibi ya wa my we mu anka Canadian ambassador baba here afa dia ko okrum.
In fact, that's at November now Osaka certificate was still a Canadian.
A Canadian because 26th November ansa we no wo citizenship near den etwum. And this is written black and white on the certificate. Enti wo argument be, and that's why the judge said say and no destroyed the case no. And that's a clear ambiguity. Confusion bi ne de akeka mo kai ni nyina no sa issue na statement na certificate no make here no eyi ni nyina free ho enti wo no there is no question say as at the time I will file on 9th of October no now we are Canadian citizen. Now let me respond to KK's issue. There was only one question as our case we na answer one can now the question was as to whether say we are citizen of another country ya obetumi file a contest as MP in Ghana or not. That is all. So I'm going to ask you. And also there were cases president or Aya Shekwano Abu
Dramani
Sakande die ho ema mo kra na mo ye beneficiaries mo NDC for Mahama Ayariga or parliament or no and a share fulani BH and a cow
beer
yes o share nechi and all the petition koye in the year no and almost saying jailing no crack on he was jailed. In fact, Yari born was prison or PFE prison. No one to not done you. You, the NDC, are beneficiaries of the same law. Now, I must say, and then more interpretation. You are beneficiaries of the same law. Are more MP or not benefiting from sir? Your friend is saying, Abu Sakande case you or that's what Parliament represent them. And then the case are the same case, and yes, the same thing. And yes, I am similar. And the same. The case between Abu Dramani Sakandi and then
Abu Dramani was dual citizen. You see, it is two things. Abu Dianu was dual citizen. This is you see. You see. Okay.
Abu was dual citizen.
Yes.
Because no kuta Ghanaian.
Yes.
And other country.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And now we need it.
We know interpretation.
Forget about interpretation.
I am running a day, Kasa. You see,
interpretative human.
Where do you know the contention here is allegiance or dual citizen? That is the in contention. Allegiance, no, and that is the Supreme Court that be interpreted to say the 1992 Constitution.
There was just one question, not judge the person answer as to whether we are citizen of another country. We to be contested as MP or Ghana or not. Will be the petition about say this particular MP no or a citizen of Canada. You know, since you are citizen of Ghana, as at the time I all file the petition. No. In fact, I know a high crime or Ghana ha. Because with Chantro, you have actually lied and misrepresented yourself on the Electoral Commission document and our forms, you know. And then the Pakondia back court. It's a back court, also a no credit. As at the time I may file, no, na me yet citizen of any other country, me a citizen of Ghana, may evidence a chese, na me yet citizen of Canada nor Canada. I feel you better evidence, no. Evidence ni muno, Canada for natural say, whoa, as at 25th November, no. Now we are citizen of their country. In fact, our citizenship no ever expire only on the 26th of November. Meanwhile, as at 26th of November, no, now your printed ballot papers crowd didn't also that. Our picture also based on the fact that Okache and said now 1 year Ghanaian. Now, we and yes, simple matter. I said we met to me do me fee. We here judge. Me back to a jury met to me the same way. We here judge bia. We here lawyer bia. It's a straightforward matter.
This FM 104.3 wotumi ntaake.